Oh, look at that weary caravan, just in from the desert heat. Let me bring them some water. Never did a simple kindness pay off so quickly and abundantly as my compassion for that thirsty crowd. Oh, forgive me. My name is Rebekah, and I was just minding my own business when, well, actually, I never mind my own business. They say that's my problem. But this gentleman chieftain was so pleased that I watered all of his camels that he asked me to take him home to meet my father. Then an arrangement was made for me to marry some distant cousin, as fate would have it. I was very apprehensive. Oh, yes, the gifts and the overtures were lovely. But who was this Isaac person that they spoke of? Was he handsome or a brute? Was he clever? What if he was 100 years old? I was very nervous, and as we traveled, very homesick. As we approached the district of Isaac's family, I saw a handsome young man in the fields. He came over to me and we spoke. It was Isaac. And I knew at that moment that this was meant to be. We had two wonderful sons, Esau and Jacob. Esau was a skilled hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob guarded the flocks close to home. He and I became as thick as thieves. You know, it's a terrible thing for a parent to have a favorite. But my baby Jacob was just the apple of my eye, and it always bothered me that he was the youngest, because that meant he would never receive the precious birthright from his father. You see, birthrights are given to the eldest son and include family leadership, property, and respect. Jacob knew all this, and one day he decided to play a trick on his brother. Esau had just come in from a long hunting trip and could smell my homemade lamb stew, his favorite. Of course, Jacob had just dished out the last bowl for himself when Esau arrived, so the usual sibling rivalry ensued. Finally, Jacob told Esau that he could have the meal if Jacob could have the birthright. Well, let's just say that Esau's stomach must have spoken louder than his brains, because he agreed. Of course, he soon regretted it, but by then, it was too late. So now, I would need to figure out a way to get Jacob his father's blessing as well. It would be a cinch. By now, Isaac had lost his vision, and he mostly sat around all day, anxiously awaiting to hear his sons tell stories of their day's events. My plan was simple, or so it seemed. I had all the props I needed right under my own roof. Esau was a hairy lad, you see, while Jacob was practically hairless. So I placed these animal skins on Jacob's arms so that he would resemble Isaac. He would resemble Jacob to Isaac's touch. Worked like a charm. Isaac gave Jacob in disguise the father's blessing. And of course, Jacob had already maneuvered the birthright. But sadly, it wasn't over. When Esau found out, he was so angry that he threatened to kill Jacob. And I had to send my precious baby far away from home just to keep him safe, and then have to live without him. It gave me a lot of time to think about what I had done, how I had torn my own family apart, and for what? Had I been as foolish as Esau had been with the bowl of stew? All my devious plans left me alienated and alone. Oh, the rest of my days. Think about it.